Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Dhruv Paliwal. Sorry for the messy here. It's a lot windy here outside. We are at the ICAT facility in Manesar, and we are going to do something special here today. We are actually not driving the car for a change. I have Monish here with me. We are in the Hyundai Tucson, the new one. It's not yet launched, but it's got ADAS, that is Advanced Driver Assistance System. And what Hyundai is promising us is that this is an advanced level of those ADAS features, and we are at this track. It's an oval track, and we are here to check out how well this system works. So we've got a couple of cars behind us, ahead of us, and that's what we're going to be checking out today. Hi, my name is Dhruv Paliwal. You're watching autoX, and today we are in the Hyundai Tucson. So we've started a lap. Now let's see. This is a dry lap. We'll just get a sight of what the lap is like, what the track is like, and exactly what we are going to be doing where. So yeah, let's get on with that. So Manish, this is just a round of the track, and
just to have a feel of the track.
Yeah.
We have a dry run.
All right.
So from the second round, we'll be starting with the ADAS features.
Okay. Can you just quickly tell me about the ADAS stuff that we will be doing and what will be...
So basically we'll be seeing some functions in the outside track and some other functions in the inside of the track.
Okay.
So we have got two teams. I'll be explaining, I'm the first team. We'll be explaining about the ADAS features in the outside track. First will be the smart cruise control.
Okay.
So that basically is nothing but the car can follow the presiding car when you set it in the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So it can brake on its own and it can accelerate on its own as per the forward car's actions.
Alright.
So this is the smart cruise control that we'll be seeing the first round, and the second round we'll be seeing the related to the lane related features like lane assist, lane follow and lane departure warning, and the last round will be related to the blind spot features. So where you can find the blind spot alert and then blind spot warning and then the blind spot vehicle in the clutch video will be there.
Yeah. So in the time it took Monish to explain all of this, we are almost done with our first lap. It's a short track here at ICAT, and it's not like a track where you go racing. It's just a track for technical purposes, for research purposes, and to showcase features like these, ideally which you might not be able to do so safely out on public roads. So that's the point here. Anyway, we're at the end of lap 1. We are approaching the banking, and yeah.
So this will be the cruise button.
Okay.
Once I turn on this, it's set in the cruise.
All right.
So like now it is, I'm setting it at 50 kph, 70 kph.
Okay.
So, but you can see that car will not go at 70 kph because the opposite front
car.
car is going at slower speeds.
Okay.
So it's now following that car. Now I took
right.
the legs of the brake and the accelerator pedal. I'm not giving any input to the car, but it can stop on its own since the forward car is...
I can see he's not using the brakes at all, and the car has slowed down and it's pretty much come to a stop on its own. Pretty smooth, honestly. In a lot of the ADAS systems that I have experienced till now, and even the higher end ones, the car tends to be very jerky. But the one thing I noticed here in the Tucson is that it just applied the brakes how you would, and it didn't apply them in a panicky manner. What it did was it applied in a soft, in a smooth manner, so that passengers sitting behind especially would not even know that it's ADAS that has intervened. It's not creating that panicky situation inside the cabin where suddenly you're like, oh, where's the obstacle, what's happening around me. That's something I just noticed, and I think it's going to be very, very nice if it functions exactly like this on public roads. Obviously, we'll get to know that when we drive the car on public roads. But for now, first impressions, quite impressed.
So it not only stops as well, it can pick up its own set speed once the car in the front moves without any input from the driver. So if the car in the front moves within 3 seconds, you don't need to accelerate at all. It will move.
And if it moves after 3 seconds, then you will need to start.
It will display a message here stating that you have to just step on the accelerator pedal.
Okay, and then it will take off.
It will take off, then it will...
is that a feature you can switch on or off, or is that like...
No, it's the regular
It's a regular feature.
So, and while in the cruise, you can set the distance between the car also. for the
Again, if you might have noticed on the camera, the car came to a stop very smoothly. Monish here didn't apply the brakes. The car in front of us braked to a stop, and it does this. So this car will stop braking before, and then before it's about to finish its braking, it actually lets go of the brake to smoothen out that effect. And then once you're doing like 3 kph, it will again gently apply the brakes and bring you to a complete halt. So I think all of this has been done keeping in mind that, you know, passengers inside the cabin, they don't want a jittery experience. They don't want a stop and go experience. They want a smooth experience, and that is what this smart cruise control system here with the stop and go feature is doing really well. Now we've done with the second lap, we are on a third lap, and what are we going to be experiencing now?
So we'll be seeing the lane related features. This is the button for it. So one touch, it gives you the lane follow assist, and the long hold gives you the lane keep assist. You can see the 2 icons displayed in the cluster. So this green means it has caught the lane. Now the vehicle can assist on its own. We no need to give any steering.
I can see the steering moving on its own here, and we are in the widest lane here on the track, and the car, it's keeping itself centered really well. Monish tried taking it out of the lane, but as soon as he let go of the steering, the car self-corrected itself and is going back into the lane. I can even see the car in front of me, which is trying to veer off, but the system is again doing this. And I have to say, the recurring theme of this entire episode is that the system is very smooth. It's not intervening in a fashion where you as a driver will feel nervy. Obviously, I'm not driving, so I can't fully comment on that. But from what I can experience from the passenger seat is that the ADAS systems have been built into it with a lot of smoothness in mind to replicate how you would brake, to replicate how you would steer, and not just a computer coming in, slamming on the brakes, or just quickly turning the wheel to give you immediate movement or stopping.
It also gives you some warning as well, beep. So it is moving out of the lane. So the next feature we'll be seeing in this round is the blind spot feature.
Okay.
Where we'll use our vehicle to make it come in the blind spot.
Alright.
So that time you'll hear a beep. Simultaneously there will be a warning in the triangle. Okay. And there will be a video in this.
So any of you who cannot see behind us, there is an Hyundai i20 which has been following us. And now what that car is going to do is, once we start driving, that car will purposely come in a blind spot, and we will see how the car reacts. So let's get started with that.
This feature requires your indicators to be on. So you are tending to move towards the right, but you can see a car coming in the blind spot where you can see the beep and the warning triangle flashing, and there is the video which captured the car in the blind spot.
Okay, so it's instrumental that if you want blind spot monitoring to work for you, your indicators should be on. So indicate, people. And once you do that, you get a feed on your instrument cluster depending on whichever side the car is on, whichever side you're indicating. You also get a soft audible warning and a warning on the instrument cluster to tell you. Plus, there's a warning on your ORVMs, as a lot of you will know that a flashing triangle comes on inside the ORVM to tell you that there is a car in your blind spot, so be careful. So yeah, I think this is our last lap.
Yeah, this is our last lap. So
okay, we are on the last straight here, and yeah, so we are once again checking out the blind spot monitoring feature here. And yeah, I think we're not done with the test because there's another second round which we'll be doing on the inside track over here. That's the collision avoidance system and everything like that. But we are done for these regular highway driving features that you would experience, or in the city also for that matter. And yeah, I think I will once again reiterate the fact that at least first impressions, this is the smoothest ADAS system I have seen so far. Let's hope the story continues when we step into the next Tucson and check out the other features related to this ADAS system. Yeah, let's get into the next car. Thank you, Manish.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, same here, man. Alright, we are off the oval and now we are another Tucson, and here we are going to check out a few different features, and that is the automatic emergency braking, the rear cross traffic alert and stuff like that. And I have got a couple of people from Hyundai with me. Hi,
Hello,
I'm Dhruv.
I'm Sohail. I'm
Yeah.
from HMI R&D.
So Sohail is here, he's driving the Tucson for us, and we've got can you just we've got Rishabh here. And again, he's been telling us a lot about the ADAS system in this car. So why don't we go ahead and start doing things that we're supposed to do? Let's start.
Yes. Hello. So today we are going to see three features inside here. So that is RCCA.
Okay.
That stands for Rear Cross Traffic Collision Avoidance Assist. And the second one being SEW, which stands for Safe Exit Warning. And the third one FCA, which stands for Forward Collision Avoidance Assist. So we'll start with RCCA now. RCCA is a safety feature which is active when the reverse gear is engaged, and it only runs in low speeds, because out of a parking slot you'll be coming at very low speeds of 0 to 10 or something.
Okay. So I'll just explain this before we start the demonstration. Right now we are parked in between two cars, and there's a car that's going to be driving across behind us, and we are going to be reversing at the same time. So I think what the car will do is it will automatically brake on its own, and that is what we're going to show you practically right now. So yeah, let's get on with it.
So I've engaged the reverse gear and I'll signal him to come. You can see a warning here in the audio video unit as well as the cluster.
Now we will start moving back, and the car automatically braked because there was a car that was crossing at the back. So that's very convenient for like parking lots, tight parking lots where you do not have visibility at both ends what is coming out. If you have a problem seeing both sides, if you're like a shorter driver and might miss traffic that is coming from either sides, this is going to be super convenient for you.
Then we'll be seeing SEW. SEW stands for Safe Exit Warning. So this feature is helpful when you are trying to come out of the car and there might be a chance of collision from the vehicles behind if you try to open the door. So you can see a visible warning here in the cluster and audible warning as well. So I'll signal him to come.
Yeah. Basically, a car is going to be coming from the back. We're going to try and open the gate, and as soon as we pull the latch to try and open the gate and there's a car in our blind spot, immediately you'll get a lot of warnings in here telling you that it's not safe to release the gate because there's a car in your blind spot. Let's go check that out now. So as you can see, there was a car that was driving past us, and as soon as he pulled on the latch and the door opened, there was a warning on the system that immediately told you that there's something out there. This is a system which you will have to pay a little attention to, because you might actually miss the chime, because everything in here has been done in such a manner that it's convenient for you. It's not very intrusive, but this is one of those times where you will have to pay attention while using the system. So this is where the system and you will need to work hand in hand. It'll tell you there is something behind, but ultimately the stopping, to refrain from opening the door, that is on you. So be mindful about that. Now we're going to go on a slight straight, and here we'll be checking out the auto emergency braking feature, the forward collision warning, the assistance features that are there on the Tucson. So yeah, waiting for this one. And this is, up until now, I have not seen how the Tucson works when it brakes hard. The ADAS system has been very convenient. It's been very soft in the way it's been operating. But now we're not doing anything, and the car will pretty much automatically stop on its own. Full brakes right now. Okay. Like that. Yeah. So basically right now on the track, there's a simulation where there was a pedestrian that was in our path. This is pretty much a life-size obstacle in our path, and the car, it came pretty close, but then it braked in one motion. It was, as you can see, I was pretty much forward in my seat. My seat belt was there keeping me in. So that was a pedestrian. Next one, it's a cyclist horizontally going across the road. Let's see what happens. So we're doing 40 kmph right now. Previously we were doing around 50 kmph. Again, same result. Cyclist is safe. So are we.
So just turn around.
So now we've checked out a pedestrian coming on the road. We've checked out a cyclist coming on the road. What's next? It's a car. So now there's going to be a car in our way. So yeah, we're taking it up notch by notch just to see what happens. So there's a car. That's a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, that's a thermocol cutout.
That's a thermocol cutout of a car that's parked right in front of us. Thermocol's intact till now, so you know the system's working well. We're doing around just below 60 right now, above 50, below 60, and well, that was the car in front of us. And I think one difference from the pedestrian and the cyclist was that over here the car could detect much earlier that there was an obstacle in front, and it still braked with force, but it was a little more gradual than the pedestrian or the cyclist. In case of the cyclist and the pedestrian, the car, obviously, because there are smaller obstacles, had to take longer to detect them, so the braking came in with that much more force. With the car, because it was a larger obstacle, it was little more gradual. That was our experience of the Hyundai Tucson ADAS system. And honestly, if I had to say one thing here, first impression, this is on a track, this is not on a public road, so obviously we cannot vouch that this system will behave exactly like this on public roads. But for now, at least, I can say that this is a very well-tuned system. It only uses the amount of braking it needs to use and doesn't use everything it has at its disposal, so that the experience, it stays smooth, it stays calm, and probably people in the back seat sometimes will not even come to know that ADAS has come on. And I think that's a very good thing, and that's the kind of tuning ADAS needs to be successful in our conditions. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. This was Dhruv Paliwal for AutoX, and yeah, if you like the video, share it with your friends, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more such amazing content. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, goodbye.